Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to step 3 on how to set and smash your goals for 2025. I'm Aida Jasmine, and let's get stuck straight into it. So, step 1, we've reflected on the past year. Step 2, we've celebrated our wins. And now, step 3, we're finally going to set your big goals for 2025. Now that we've reflected and we've learned and gathered all of the lessons over the past year, now it's time to really dive into what's going to be in for 2025. What are you choosing to create in 2025? Now, for me, my goals have to give me goosebumps. I've got to have them big enough that they stretch me and inspire me to achieve them, but not so far that they overwhelm. So that's a beautiful balance. You don't want to just set small goals, well, those are important too, but you also want to have some big goals that you can stretch to, that inspire you to work towards, that you have to be a better version of you, whatever that may look like, an expanded version of you to really achieve them. Because we are here to grow and expand, and we also want to manifest a life we love. We want to evolve past mediocre and step into magical. Our goals need to be specific, they need to be measurable, and they need to have a timeline in order for them to be a goal. Otherwise, a goal is just a dream until we have a timeline and a measurable, actionable steps that we can follow to really attain our goal. So I have the Goldilocks rule that I like to follow when I am setting my goals. Big enough to inspire me, but not so big to overwhelm. So let me encourage you to maybe feel into that sweet spot for you and what that looks like for you. So again, I'm going to give you a series of questions for you to really unfold what's coming from within you, what you're really aligning to you, what your highest level self and the universe that you're co-creating with. So I'm going to get you to answer, again, the following questions. So the first one is there's a series of 8 pillars in our life. So rather than just having one big goal, we're wanting to have 1 to 3 in each of the pillars. So aim to have at least 1 to 3 goals in each pillar of your life. It's essential that we're looking not only just to grow and expand ourselves, also our impact on our community. So our first question is setting 1 to 3 goals in each pillar of our life. And in the workbook, I've laid those 8 pillars out for you. And to summarize, they are health and happiness, wealth and abundance and money, your relationships, love, family and parenting, spirituality, career and passion and purpose, creative and personal fulfillment. So now that you have those and you've created your 1 to 3 goals for each of those pillars of your life, you need to write out a story or an affirmation in present tense. So for example, if you're wanting to release some weight, say in 2025, I'm so happy and grateful now that it's December 2025 and I am 10 kilos lighter. I'm feeling more energetic, more vibrant, my health is improving, and I feel good. So see how you can create a story around releasing your goal. So you're not just saying, I want to lose 10 kilos, so to speak. And little tip, we don't ever want to lose weight. We want to release it. Because anything you lose, like for example, keys, you go in search of them. Your brain is wired to find things that it has lost. So we want to shift that mindset and terminology as well. So look at those examples. Another one could be, I'm wanting to run a marathon. So I'm so happy and grateful. Now it's December 2025 and I have completed my first marathon. So really use your examples, really use your goals and set them as in present tense. Really helps to set the tone and feeling. I feel so happy and grateful now that. So you're engaging the present tense and emotions because your brain doesn't know the difference between real and like real. So we're really wanting to create a mental picture in our mind and really imbue our emotional energy into it, because that's how we collapse time and manifest our dreams. So number 2, now that you've done 1 to 3 goals for each pillar, what we're wanting to do is pick 3 that are going to be your main focus. And for me personally, my first primary goal is connection, spirituality. Always been my greatest and my first hierarchy of values. My next is my health, because with my health I'm able to achieve so much more. Health is your greatest wealth. And the third one is community, my impact, my purpose, and my passion. So what 3 things are your main goals going to be your focus on in 2025? Then we're going to break each 3 of those down into smaller, more bite-sized pieces, more manageable tasks and goals. So again, to use that earlier example of running that marathon in 2025, you can say, okay, goal is to run a 42K marathon in 2025 by December. Then I'm also going to go to the gym a certain amount of times a week. I may need to also monitor my health, my diet, my nutrition to ensure that I'm fueling myself for that amount of activity. I may engage a personal trainer. I may also engage other specialists in that area, and I'm going to organize a 10K run, maybe a 20K run, maybe a half marathon, because they're all in line with hitting your biggest goal. So break down your 3 big goals into smaller, more manageable goals, a little bite-sized juicy morsels, so to speak. 3, for you to hit these goals, what daily activities are you going to need to commit to? You are what you repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, becomes a habit. It's the incremental steps that you take daily that actually has the biggest achievements in your goals. So if you're wanting to run that marathon again, so to speak, then what are the things that you're going to need to do daily? Again, it could be monitoring your nutritional aspects, monitoring your activity to ensure that that goal of hitting a marathon is absolutely achievable for you. When you can scale the mountain into smaller steps, you're absolutely able to achieve them. So that's number 3. Number 4, in order for you to hit your goals, what habits or actions will you need to stop doing? So we reflected on what we need to do. So what are some of the habits that you're going to need to stop doing? This is where we really needed to look at those reflections that we did in the past to see what our habits were. They're actually not in alignment for your big goals for next year. Number 5, how will you deal with setbacks and challenges that come along the way? Number 6, what kind of person will you need to become in order to make all of this possible? What version of you does that look like? Number 7, why is this year going to be any different to any previous years? So this is a really big section, step 3, all about planning your goals for 2025 or whatever time frame that you're doing. We've got the 8 pillars of our life that we'll be setting 1 to 3 goals for each. Then we're going to select 3 juicy big goals to be our highlight. We're going to break those 3 big goals into small, manageable steps and tasks, daily activities that we need to do to achieve them, habits that we need to stop that are going to hinder us from our progress, and who do we need to become along the way. So that's it for today's lesson. It's a big one, so really take your time to sink into it. So important in setting and achieving your goals and manifesting your dream life. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next lesson, which will be step 4, visualize. So until then, my loves, namaste.